How I fooled the internet. It's been a week and everyone's asking, where's Risu? Why hasn't Risu uploaded? You see, I wanted to see how easy or hard it was to fool the internet. Now the truth is, I recorded a video, I was working on it, and my PC kind of had blue screen. But I'm back! And today, we're talking about my birthday. Animes. As you can see, I have officially hit Unk status. I am now closer to 30 than my childhood. So I need to lock the fuck in if I want this shit to work. So if you want to help me, you can hit that big red button right there. And with that being said, like, sub, join the Discord, where I am very much loved. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so how this is going to work is I'm going to watch the first 2 episodes of the animes that were released the same day as me pretty much and tell you whether or not I want to finish the show. First we have Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha. According to my anime list, it's about an ordinary 3rd grader who enjoys spending time with her family and friends, rescues an injured ferret that she had a dream of the night before. The next day the ferret cries out to her telepathically asking Nanoha to save him. The ferret reveals himself as, you know, Scryer, blah blah blah, a mage from another world, and they need to collect these dangerous 21 jewel seeds that he accidentally scattered across the world. He enlists Nanoha to help him, giving her the magical wand raising her and teaches her how to become a powerful mage. Yes, this is word for word, bar for bar, off the MOL description. MOL is just short for my anime list, by the way. I'm just using this line. Anyway, let's watch. I should say I watched this like a day or 2 after I wrote the script. Anyway, okay, so it starts off with some guy passing out and turning into a ferret in some flashback. We're then introduced to Nanoha and her family, and they look like the stereotypical 2000s anime background characters, I'm gonna be real. Especially the dad. She also has very unrealistic siblings. Like, she bursts in during their like sword fight session, and instead of getting cussed out, they're just like, oh, hello, we love you, Nanoha. Like, what the fuck? If I did that, I would have got a boot to the head. Anyway, we're then introduced to Nanoha's friends, Purple Friend and Blondie. I ain't gonna bother naming them because I'm too lazy to Google it, if I'm being honest. And they all glaze each other over everything good they do. Prompted me to ask myself, is this a normal friendship? Do I have shit friends? Should I drop my day ones once I get my first YouTube check? You know, the stages of realizing I might have shit friends. We later find out that the opening scene was actually Nanoha's dream, and the ferret can talk, as MOL said. Blah 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 blah. Nanoha and her friends take the ferret to the vet. It gets jumped that night by, I don't even know what the fuck this is meant to be. Anyway, Nanoha shows up, gets her powers, transforms, and listen, I'm not an average magical girl enjoyer, but like, surely they didn't need to show her naked, right? Like, I've seen the Sailor Moon transformations. They don't get naked. Like, surely not, right? But yeah, she kills the monster and goes home with the ferret, tells Nanoha about the other jewels, blah blah blah, which then sets up the rest of the show, I'm assuming. Okay, so it really wasn't my thing. That could be because like I'm a 21-year-old man, or maybe I just don't like magical girl animes. Like, who knows? But I will say the opening did indeed slap, and I would say check this out if you're a fan of magical girl shows, just because why not? And yeah, I'm probably not gonna finish this. Next show, we have Final Approach, and according to MOL, ever since their parents died a few years ago, Ryo and his sister Akane have been living alone together despite their difficult situation. They're still living reasonably happy with their normal lives. However, everything is about to be flipped upside down due to the secret government project. Due to increasingly low birth rates in Japan, the Japanese government is testing a new program which forces 2 young people to get married essentially. Ryo wants no part of this. Let's watch this. Alright, so this show starts off with some girl flying through our main protagonist's window like some fucking Navy SEAL. Turns out it's some girl called Shizuka, who tells Ryo, our main guy, that she's his fiance. He is not having this. So he tries to kick her out, but she puts a fucking bomb on his head to explain what the fuck this is all about. Turns out, low birth rates in Japan, like what MOL said, and they're arranging marriages. Shizuka's henchmen or whatever also clean up Ryo's room and basically intimidate him into not lashing out, even though it's shown that Shizuka can take care of herself. The next day, we're introduced to Ryu's friends, who I cannot remember for the life of me. But I'm gonna be real, I did think, because they're both girls, it's gonna be one of those situations where one of them secretly likes him, or they both secretly like him, and they're like, no, he's got a wife, oh no. Basic shit. But from what I've seen so far, that seems to not be the case. They basically gas him up to not take shit from this new girl, Shizuka, for the sake of his little sister. But in typical anime fashion, it seems he's a bit too close with his sister, you know, like, I get his parents died and shit, but yeah, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading into it, who knows. Anyway, Shizuka pulls up to school on a fucking red carpet to show she means business, like, she could just do that apparently. And another anime trope, she's now the transfer student into Ryo's class. Who's surprised? No one? Alright, cool. Anyway, but yeah, that happens. We cut to the night where Ryo and his sister are eating dinner. Ryu agrees to Shizuka staying with him and his sister under the condition that she fucks off if he doesn't fall for her. Turns out she already drugged his soup, so regardless if he agreed to it or not, she would be staying. Okay, so I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed this show so far. It has like these little chibi moments that are pretty funny. I'm a big fan of like just the overall, like I want to say early 2000s, just like dumb humor. There's a part where fucking Ryu turns into like a dragon for like a bit. I don't know. It's like it got a giggle out of me. And not to mention the intro and the outro, both fucking bang. But yeah, I probably will be finishing the show on my own time. And from what I've seen, I would recommend it. Other than the like sister stuff, like again, that could be me reading into it. It's very nostalgic for me in a way, like I don't know. The next show is W Wish or Double Wish. Once again, we're using Mao for the synopsis. The main character, Juna, and his twin sister, Senna. Okay, if this is anything like the last show, man, I'm already feeling that. He's an ordinary student of an elite school. However, in the past, a traffic accident deprived him of his family and take his memory away. Juna survived the accident, blah blah blah. He lives with his sister, blah blah blah. Basically, he lost his memories, and yeah, he's just lost his memories. But yeah, let's start. Okay, the show starts with this weird dream about a train that also gets brought up at the start of episode 2, which I'm assuming probably has to do with his parents. It might be like a main plot point, like remembering what happens. But yeah, after the dream, we see our main characters, Juna and Senna, at school, and straight off the bat, I'm very suspicious of the incesty undertones. They're not even undertones, they're just like, you know, very overly attached to one another. But we're gonna ignore that for now. They then get called to the principal's office to discuss them moving into dorms since, you know, their parents fucking dead. And they can't keep the house or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention, I will be real. Juna basically tells the principal to fuck off and do one and leaves. Juna then gets pulled out of class by someone else called Sana to join the Helpers Club, which is basically run by the school pretty girl Tsubasa. She then explains that they need Juna to join the Helpers Club because the Helpers Club will help the Literature Club from closing down, or like I said, I wasn't paying attention. It was very confusing. I think even Juna was fucking confused. I don't know. Then we get a little sequence of Juna helping them out before heading home, to which my fucking suspicions were correct. Okay, Senna walks through the door. Bang, sister right there asking the whole bath first or dinner. She didn't add the or me part at the end, right? But I know that shit was implied. Juna was blushing by the end of it, right? He hops in the bath, you know, all standard. And then fucking Senna shows up, gets in the bath fucking with him, in a bathing suit, might I add. But like, bro, come on. I somehow forgot to mention that in the mouthing and the tags, it was a fucking harem show. So like, I'm not even surprised, but I am. Leave the sisters out of this. Anyway, I'm now convinced Senna is going to be part of that harem because, you know, anime. Anyway, this was like an incesty nothing burger of a show from what I've seen so far. We know it's a harem now based on the tags. It's also based off a game apparently, so that explains why fuck all happens, I guess. The episodes are 12 minutes long, including the intro and the outro. So it's basically like, what, 10 minutes per episode? And there's only 12 episodes in this season. So I'm just going to assume that this is promo for the game back when it first came out. Anyway, I really enjoyed doing this. It was really cool finding shows that were like the same age as me to the day. But I'm kind of sad that I don't share with anything really known or massive, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of got fuck all. But what I can say is, my birthday went 3 for 3 with the openings, okay? Like, come on. At least I get something out of this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave in the comments your birthday animes or anime. And please like, sub, and see ya.
Got that smile, monkey D, Luffy thing, not me, might hug me. And happy, so fluffy, so fire, like I'm not to, please love me. And like I'm light, I'm writing bars and killing rappers, it's funny. And low-key, Misa, wish that little bitch would just fuck me.